Okay, today we are going to learn on understanding connotative and denotative meanings. So, denotative, definition of denotation. So, the literal dictionary meaning of a word is denotation. An example: snake. You may get a word snake in a dictionary as a legless carnivorous reptile. And the opposite for denotation is connotation. So, definition of connotation. It is related to the emotional or cultural meaning associated with a word. Example: snake can be identified or can be just recognized as someone who is deceitful or untrustworthy connotatively. And a word can have positive or negative connotations. So let's see positive, negative, and neutral connotations. Example: confident is a word that has positive connotation meaning. So confident means someone or an individual that has the ability to do things courageously. And arrogant is someone who is disrespectful. And cheap is a word that has negative connotation. And affordable is positive connotation. And having this in mind, here under there are 10 questions and answers. So let's try to say them together. What is denotation? So denotation is the literal dictionary meaning of a word. Number two, what is connotation? The emotional or cultural meaning attached to a word is connotation. And number three, what is denotative meaning of a dog? A denotative meaning of dog can be a domesticated carnivorous mammal or animal. Number four, what is the connotative meaning of dog? Earlier we have seen the denotative meaning of the word dog. So it could imply loyalty or positive or a derogatory term negative. Number five, give an example of a word with both positive and negative connotations. For example, a word, you have asked a word with both positive and negative connotations. So, shroud, positive connotation, intelligence, and negative, cunning. And number six, how does connotation affect communication? How does connotation affect communication? By the way, connotation can affect communication in different ways. So how does it affect? So it can affect by influencing emotions, perceptions, and interpretations. So we should have to learn the connotation and denotation of or denotation meaning of a word. And number seven, what is the difference between frugal and cheap? Frugal has a positive connotation, wise spending, while cheap has a negative, a negative connotation, low quality or stingy. And number eight, why is understanding connotation important in advertising? Because as we have said earlier, that connotation is the emotional, the feeling, the cultural association of a word. So having that in mind, why is understanding connotation important in advertising? Because it helps create a persuasive and appealing message. And number 9, what is the connotative difference between useful and immature? Useful positive connotation can be energetic, and useful negative connotation can be immature. Okay, which means childish. Childish. Useful, positive, energetic, and immature, negative, and childish. Useful, okay, positive, energetic, because usefulness is just energetic, and immature, just someone who is not useful or energetic. The opposite for the useful is immature, and its meaning is that child with with no sufficient level of ability. Okay, and number 10, how can connotation affect a speech or writing? Actually, connotation can affect speech or writing in many ways because it shapes tones, mood, and audience perception. So, in order to master for a particular word, its meaning, and use the language or the word or the vocabulary or the new word that we gained, maybe from a reading, from listening, and so on, we should have to focus on knowing the connotative and denotative meaning of the word, because knowing the connotative and denotative meaning of the word can make us to master the word, to increase the number of vocabularies daily, and be effective in expressing your ideas using English. Thank you for staying with me for some minutes, and don't forget to be familiar and subscribe and watch and do different activities that have been released at different times through this channel. Thank you again.